The battle of the unbeaten junior welterweights, which is scheduled for 10 rounds. The judges, Harold Letterman and Paul Cavalier. The timekeeper to bell is Johnson. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Frank Cappuccino. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round junior welterweight bout, referee Paul Venti. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim, he is weighing in at an even 137 pounds. This gentleman is undefeated in 16 professional bouts with 13 knockouts. From Youngstown, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, here is Harry Arroyo. Arroyo. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the black trim along with the black lettering. He is weighing in at 138 3/4 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 8 bouts with 4 knockouts. A native of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, and now residing in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Boxing fans, here is Joe Louis Manley. Manley.
I want you boys to listen to my commands. As long as you're punching, I'll leave you alone. But if you hold or you tie each other up, I'm going to ask for a break, and I want a clean break. But protect yourself at all times. Don't get hit coming out of a clinch. In case there's a knockdown, who scores that knockdown has to go to further suture corner, and I want him to remain there until I tell him to come out. Shake hands now, watch your fouls go up to both of them.
You heard the referee, Paul Venti, with the final instructions to the two young fighters. 23-year-old Joe Manley weighed in at 138 3/4. Harry Arroyo, 25 years of age, from Youngstown, Ohio, weighed in at 137. And we are about ready to go. It'll be Arroyo in white. He is a friend of Ray Boom Boom Mancini from Ohio. He has worked out with Mancini and, of course, followed his career and wants to get some of that spotlight himself. In the red trunks on the right of your screen is Joe Louis Manley, and you saw almost immediately a sample of his very sharp left jab. He is an excellent boxer. Joe Manley, born in Lima, Ohio, grew up in Detroit, now lives here in Atlantic City. Was the 1980 Olympic trials champion at 132 pounds, the 1981 national AAU champion. Was in the Army for a while, where he won all Army and inter-service titles in 1980 and 81. Over an amateur career, he had a record of 87-8, including a victory over the well-regarded professional Jackie Beer. Harry Arroyo made the quarterfinals of the 1980 Olympic trials at 139 pounds, had over 100 amateur fights and a very distinguished career in the Ohio area, born and raised in Youngstown. And as we mentioned, Manley's been in there with the likes of Carlos Santana and Arturo Leon. In his last outing, he won a 10-round decision over Leon. The last time out for Arroyo was a 10-round decision over Arnie Wells in August in Niles, Ohio. Scoring here in New Jersey by the referee Paul Venti and two judges at ringside. They are Harold Letterman from Orangeburg, New York, and Paul Cavalier from Wayne, New Jersey.
Tim, with both of these fighters, they've had extensive amateur backgrounds. They're very, very well-schooled fighters. You're going to see some good moves, some good combinations, and some good strategy in this fight.
Good solid right hand scored by Manley, but Arroyo stayed right on him. Two very personable young men. There is a cut under the left eye of Arroyo, high on the cheekbone.
Yes, it's in a place that isn't too dangerous, Tim, unless it really gets sliced open. The blood's not going to run into the eye, and there can't be any nerve damage to worry about down there.
Under round one. Scheduled 10-round junior welterweight bout, limit of 140 pounds. Cut under the left eye of Harry Arroyo, his corner manager and trainer Ed Sullivan, and his second is Bernard Forbes, and that's a man that you're familiar with, Gil, a lot of years with your great champion Emil Griffith.
Yeah, it was all in the family, Tim. Matter of fact, it's Emil Griffith's first cousin, Bernard Forbes.
Round number 2. Paul Venti is the referee, scoring on the round system in New Jersey with a supplemental 5-point system in the event of a draw. Arroyo in white from Youngstown, Joe Louis Manley. In the red trunks from Atlantic City.
Tim, this is a fight where the speed and flash of Manley is going to be in against the strength and determination of Arroyo. There's no question that Manley has the faster hands and can move a little better than Arroyo. It's a question of whether he can be trapped into punching exchanges with Arroyo.
Arroyo has knocked out 7 of his last 8 opponents, 13 knockouts and 16 victories. But again, we underline that Manley, in fights against Santana and Leon, has been in with the more experienced fighters. He has knocked out 4 of his 8 opponents and remaining unbeaten as a pro at 8-0.
Well, in the corner, Bernard Forbes told Arroyo to double up on his jab, Tim, but he hasn't done it as yet. He's reaching out with that left hand. He could be vulnerable for a right-hand counter. Throwing one jab at a time. There it is again, just the one jab.
This is a good division for 2 young prospects like this. And of course, the big fight upcoming, Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor for the 140-pound title. But there are not a lot of really good prospects in the division, so it's a real chance for both these young men to gain that experience, exposure, and put themselves into the title picture a few more fights down the road. 8 and Arroyo with only 16. Little blood from the nose of Arroyo now. That left jab of Manley has been connecting there. Under a minute to go, round 2. Good combination scored by Arroyo, but Manley counterpunches back well. Under 30 seconds to go, round 2. Manley in red, Arroyo in white. Approaching the end now of the second round, scheduled for 10. Junior welterweights. Joe Louis Manley, Harry Arroyo. Round number 3 from the Sands Hotel in Atlantic City. Live junior welterweight action. Harry Arroyo in white, Joe Manley in red. And we've been joined by a special guest commentator with Sugar Ray Leonard on another boxing assignment over in Italy. We've got a special man joining us for the next couple of rounds.
Tim, I'm glad to welcome Sugar Bill Cosby to our commentating team.
Yeah, Sugar Bill.
Sugar Bill.
That.
Have to change all the billing from now on. Sugar Bill Cosby.
Never been stunned.
Well, we know that Bill Cosby is a great boxing fan. That wherever we are, where he is performing and there's boxing going on, that he's at ringside. In fact, David Brenner is working here at the Sands. Another well-known comedian is also a fight fan, and he's also in attendance this afternoon. Bill, nice to have you with us.
Well, thank you, Tim.
What do you think of these 2 young men over the first 2 rounds?
I like the fact that Manley has been able to make Arroyo pay for any mistakes so far. And it's keeping it very, very even or in favor of Manley so far. But we do know that Arroyo is the puncher, and at any time, a Manley mistake can cause a little shakiness of the legs. But right now, Manley's holding very, very well and making Arroyo pay for any sort of hesitation.
Spoken like a serious fight fan. 9, Joe Manley's corner, Wesley Mouzon as trainer, and managers Bob Middleman, Stan Hoffman, showing a little bit of concern here as Arroyo somewhat taken it away the last couple of rounds. Neither fighter has scored a knockdown. Manley was somewhat hurt in round number 7.
Tim, I think the fight is still up for grabs because Manley had those early rounds, throwing the flashier punches. This to me is a very tough fight to judge, and I think it's still up in the air.
I agree.
There's only one been one big round. Arroyo had the big round. He dominated, but again, that's only one round. It only goes down to the judges' scorecards as one round.
But I still feel that unless Arroyo picks up the pace, he's not going to win.
I don't know what he's saving it for. He's in the 9th round. He should be letting those hands go now.
I want to ask you to look at one thing. Look at Arroyo. He's breathing through his mouth. He's played with his nose times. You think it might be bothering him. It isn't bleeding, but do you think it might be bothering him?
Possibility.
Oh, solid right hand scored by Arroyo. That moved Manley into the ropes. Both fighters landing in that exchange.
Manley's hands are so fast, and they flash out, and they do land, but it's very, very difficult to pick up.
And they land in a solid place, too. You can see his head shake.
It looks as if Arroyo is now cut above the left eye as well as below, Tim. Bernard Forbes in the corner is going to have to do a job this round.
This is round 9, under a minute to go. Arroyo touch gloves. And they come out swinging here for this final round. Well, we've got a difference of opinion among these three on a. I've got Arroyo ahead by a round. You've got Manley slightly ahead, and Gil says it's even going into the final round.
Yes. And Arroyo's got to pick the pace up now. Pick it up, Arroyo. Move in. Force him to slug with you. Take it now. Take it now. See, he's got to move. Now, Manley can't win by backing away either. So if this round comes out even, it's got to be a draw.
Manley threw a right hand off balance.
Tim, but Arroyo looks good because he's doing all the chasing, and the judges, they do give you points for aggressiveness. He certainly has been the aggressive for the entire fight, no question about that. But he waits too long when he catches him. That's his problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The judges are Paul Cavalier and Harold Letterman, along with the referee Paul Venti, on the round system in New Jersey. Arroyo and White, Manley joined us along the way. We've got Sugar Bill Cosby, and we'd like to thank him for joining us on our commentary this afternoon. Remember, Hector Camacho and Melvin Paul next on CBS Sports Saturday. Good exchange by both fighters. Toe-to-toe, down goes Arroyo. A right hand by Manley. As they stood toe-to-toe, Manley got the clean shot in and knocked Arroyo down. Arroyo appears to be clear-eyed.
No, he isn't either.
Well, looks clear-eyed to me. But that's all. You're going to be hearing more from both of them. There's a solid left inside by Manley. Overhand right. It was out of this exchange, I believe, the knockdown comes. Right there.
And the scoring as follows. Judge Harold Letterman scoring it 5-4-1 Arroyo. Referee Paul Venti scoring it 7-3 Manley. And Judge Paul Cavalier scoring it 6-4. And the winner, and still undefeated, Harry Arroyo.
Harry Arroyo has won a split decision. Most of the audience here thought Manley won the fight, but it is a split decision in favor of Harry Arroyo of Youngstown, Ohio. They were both outstanding. We'll be back with more.
Pretty good junior welterweights in the ring.